Hey, everybody, welcome to Static Shows, Bob.
Bob's right hand is bisexual. Hey, everyone, this is Miles.
Thanks, Miles. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Any other rude things you want to say to me, or no?
Nah, I stole that. I saw that. That was funny. So I stole it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't make that up, unfortunately.
Who'd you steal it from?
Oh, some fool on, I don't know, Instagram or some shit.
The fool on the hill.
And the fool on the hill.
And the world's spinning round. There you go. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to think. It's been a long week, Miles. You know? Can you hear me? Are you still there? I think we lost him already. Did we lose you? Oh my goodness. We just got started. And you'd already...
I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me. Why didn't you say anything? I'm like, are you there?
I was talking, you dip.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Screen went black.
Oh, okay. So you were having troubles.
I don't like to talk about my troubles.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sorry.
I thought for sure. I'm like, oh my God.
Not for sure.
So, I want to talk about how your petty goings on in fear, totally ruined my weekend.
What? What is this? My pet's going.
Your petty grievances.
Yeah.
Yeah, your little petty grievances, you're like, oh, people are being mean to me. I text Mr. Chicago here. I'm like, hey, I'm in Tenley Park. What's a good place to eat? I'm dealing with a lot of things right now.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
I can't go into detail. I was in legal trouble this weekend, which I'm still trying to get out of. So
I thought you were out of it. You just told me you were out of it.
Well, I know, but I'm waiting for, some things to happen. I wouldn't have done
this story had I known you were still in legal trouble.
Well, I think I'm out of it. No, go ahead. Well, we just can't say, what I was doing, but I just...
But you're like, you're like telling me, where's a good place to eat in Tenley Park? And you're like, there's no response, nothing at all.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, I'm dealing with a lot of stuff right now. I can't help you. And here, every other time you're like, I go to Chicago and I see all these athlete superstars and I'm hanging out with them and going to these places where they're at and all this kind of stuff. I just wanted to find a good burger. You know what I mean?
I think even if I would have said, hey, why don't you go over to, so-and-so burger joint? You'll love it. You probably poo-pooed away. Like, no,
I wouldn't have asked you. I was on my own for dinner that night.
It only got 2 stars, and I won't eat there unless it's 3.
No, that's not.
You're such a douche. You're such a douche.
Not.
Oh, I know where you could have went. Why didn't I tell you this? God damn it!
See.
I should have sent you to over by Crest Hill by Joliet. You could have ate at Mariska's.
Well, there you see. Now I know. This is what I'm looking for in my moment of need. I had a long day. I'm by myself for dinner.
Okay, next time.
Yeah, Mariska's. Now I got to try to remember that shit. So
Mariska's, they have like a steak sandwich. They smother the thing in butter, man. It's
sounds good.
It's like a yummy steak sandwich. Oh, it's so good.
Well, even without your assistance, I found some place that was not only good to eat, but very interesting in its presentation.
Okay.
So I looked up, I have a problem with pizza. And I'm like, what's the best pizza in this, area, right?
Mm-hmm.
Southwest Suburbs, I think it's called. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they sent me to a place called Rich's Pizza Joint.
Nope. Got
Never heard of it?
Nope.
Well, I am going to enlighten the master here, Mr. Chicago Suburbs.
Did they have a robot that served the pepperoni pizza?
No, they had no robots. But so I'm like, all right, it's in a Frankfurt, I think is what it's called. Like
Frankfurt.
Frankfurt. And so I go over there. I put it in, to my gadget. And I'm following it over there, and I mean it's kind of just off the highway a bit.
Yeah,
and it says it's the best pizza in this part of the suburbs.
The best pizza in a cup.
No pizza in the cup. So I pull off, and it's in a strip mall, and it's in like the middle of a strip mall.
Yeah.
And I park and I'm looking at it, and like there's like all these like, paper signs on the window, which usually is not a good sign.
Yeah.
Like handmade kind of things. Like on a piece of cardboard, somebody wrote "pizza by the slice."
Yeah.
Probably on a pizza box, on the inside of a pizza box.
Probably the guy's little kids or something wrote that maybe.
I don't think there was any little kids there, and it was like pizza by the slice, pepperoni, sausage, cheese. And I'm like, well, maybe I can't get a whole pizza. Maybe I can only get slices. I don't know. And it's not like a restaurant where you sit down. This is totally like a takeout delivery.
You go.
What?
It was to go.
It was all to go, right? So Rich's Pizza Joint.
Yeah.
This figures into things. Remember that name.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So, I go in, and there's like some people up there who like pull like pennies out of their pocket to pay for whatever the hell they're eating. It's like,
oh, that's a bad sign. That is not a good sign.
I mean, they're up there scrounging for money out of purses and pockets, you know what I mean?
You are in the wrong neighborhood, my friend. You're in the wrong neighborhood.
It wasn't I didn't get that vibe. Maybe they were wanted exact change. I don't know what was going on. And so then he goes, and then this guy was behind the counter, and he's like, they like, how long? He says, I don't know, 20 minutes, come back. And so then they take off. And so then it's just me. And I mean, literally, it's like basically like there's hardly any room. You know what I mean? There's like some chairs where you can sit and wait for your pizza. And there's like a cooler with some drinks in it and stuff. And so then he's got like a TV that has the menu on it. And I'm looking up at it while I'm waiting. But it's flipping through the pages so fast I can't figure out what the hell's what, you know what I mean? It's like the slideshow's on like 2 seconds, and it's like bloop, bloop, bloop. And so then I get up there and I'm like, I'm trying to read your sign, and he's like, oh man, don't worry, here I got a piece of paper. So then he hands me something that was a printed thing, and so I
it's all handwritten in crayon.
No, it was printed, but
yeah.
So he hands it to me, and I, got what I wanted, which was, like a smallish pizza with a couple things on it, and then he's like, "Yeah, it'll be about 20 minutes." I'm like, "Is it okay if I just sit out here?" He's like, "Whatever." Yeah.
Right.
So I'm sitting there, and he's got this other TV where he's watching Judge Judy. So the dude that took my order, he literally has a chair next to the register, and he sits down and he's watching Judge Judy. And then there are these two dudes in the back making pizzas.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around, and there's all these cartoony drawings of the guy that I just ordered from. Like, he looks like a cartoon character, right? So, and I'm like, he's Rich. This is Rich. And Rich looked like, he looked like, no one else is not too many people are going to, he looked like Doc from Insignificast.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So Doc is he was on a podcast called Insignificast, and
yeah, I know. Yeah,
he's an older gentleman. He just had a birthday. Happy birthday, Doc!
Yeah,
and,
Doc.
He was a roadie, and I mean, he's had a very. He was in the military. He's a roadie. And also, thank you for your service. It is Veterans Day, and
he was in a porn movie too.
And he was in a porn movie. Yes,
Allegedly.
He was in a porn movie. Have you seen it? I don't know. I haven't.
No. You know what?
Okay. Anyway, he was in a porn movie in the 70s, and but anyway, he's a very interesting character. But he has a face that is world weary. I guess I'll put it this way, right?
Yeah.
So he's really experienced life to its fullest. Well, Rich of Rich's Pizza Joint is the same way, right? He's really experienced life. And so he's sitting there watching Judge Judy, and I'm looking around. I took some pictures, actually. I'll probably use one of them for show art. And he, there's all these little cartoony things of him, and like all these signs written on cardboard and everything.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, this is very, very interesting. And so I wait my 20 minutes, nothing else happened. Nobody else came in or whatever. Rich is watching, Judge Judy going through her cases there. And then I get my pizza and I go, and here's the weird thing about this pizza. It was really quite delicious. First of all, Rich's Pizza Joint, if you're in Frankfurt, it's good.
Yeah.
It gets a good grade. The weird thing is, when I took the pizza, and I'm like, normally with pizza, you kind of get a lot of fragrance, you get a lot of, like, maybe it's got some heat to it, like a little spiciness.
Right.
Nothing in my nose, right? So I'm like, this might be really bland.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing in the nose. And so then I get back, I took it back to my hotel because there's no place to eat it there. And I've eaten the pizza, and it is spicy. It was the spiciest pizza without any, like, aroma.
Oh, really?
I have no idea what happened to me while I was sitting there for 20 minutes.
Did he start drawing you? Like, hey.
No, he was just watching Judge Judy.
Oh, okay.
But it was the spiciest pizza that I've had in a long time, but did not have the spicy smell.
Was it sausage?
I had sausage, I had pepperoni, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it was really quite delicious. Now, the only thing that I didn't like was up in Chicago. I mean, everything's deep dish in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
I don't like deep dish.
Yeah.
And so I got what was called Chicago thin crust.
Yeah.
Which is not thin crust for St. Louis thin crust. It's thicker. So I wasn't I didn't like that as much. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't what I normally like. So,
right.
But but I think the operative word here is Rich's Pizza Joint is probably very apropos, because Rich looked like he was, sitting back, taking in some, cannabis through his vape pen or whatever, and watching Judge Judy while other people made all the pizzas and he made the money.
Sounds like
I think he's got to figure it out. He's got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, but this is what happens whenever Mr. Chicago doesn't give me his recommendation. Although it worked out this time.
All right. Well, next time go to Mariska's.
All right. Well,
tell them Miles sent you.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go to Joliet prison too. You could have went there.
I'm sure. Well, that's where you'll be going to, apparently.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
But anyway, yeah. So you're a little. I got problems. I can't tell you one name.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, it worked out. See, you had a thing, and you had a moment, and it worked out.
I know, but I'm just saying, you're being all being all crybaby, Mr. Crybaby.
Crybaby.
So what's
it
going on?
It was a very challenging week. Let me see here. I forget. I think my wife was expecting a package about a week ago.
My wife was expecting a package. Unfortunately, I could not deliver.
If you know what I mean. And I was home for lunch and I didn't see it. I'm like, okay, and which is fine. And I'm kind of hobbling around here. Unfortunately, I've wrecked one of my knees along the way.
Wait a minute. That's my thing.
Yeah, I know. Well, it happens, man. Yeah. I never was like this up until about 5 years ago. So
yeah, well.
So anyway, that's neither here nor there. So anyway, I hear a noise. I go, "Oh, that's the U.S. mail truck."
Mm-hmm.
Because you kind of, I don't know why I can recognize the motor of this thing.
Okay.
Don't tell me how. I just know it.
I know the mail truck. I remember how excited my mother used to get when the mail truck would come by.
The Adam and Eve box that she always wanted would show up, and she would open it with all the goodies. All the goodies, show the kids.
Stickers.
Look at kids, what I got.
Ooh. I got textured stickers for my vibrator.
And so I go, well, maybe, with Jeff Goldblum, maybe. There's a package out there, maybe.
Okay.
And I said, well, I'll just hobble out, and waddle out there like I do. And mailman is kind of this crazy guy, and we always kind of, rib each other a little bit about our different football teams we like and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, hey, go Vikings, suck my cock. I was like, all right, yeah. Okay.
The mailman tells you to suck his cock. Is this what federal employees are supposed to be saying to their...
No, he's never said that.
By the by, Miles, why don't you suck my cock? Oh, you blacked out again, I think. Maybe it's because I mentioned that cock sucking, so I can't hear you right now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. So
what happened after the cock sucking?
No, nothing. No, there was none. So he's already like beelining it back to the truck. He dropped this little package off.
Cock sucking was implied.
It was implied, yes. Not given, but implied. And so he's almost to his truck. Hey, you suck. Oh, yeah, F you. We're joking around. And
this mailman's out of control.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Mrs. McGillicuddy, your cunt stinks.
Miles, you're a chooch.
He's like yelling it all.
And
who keeps stealing all the Victoria's Secret catalogs?
You weirdo.
That kid's a brother of yours.
There's, I don't know why we always have like all just like ton of shit that doesn't really belong on our front porch. We just seem to have
mostly shoes.
Odds and ends. Huh?
Mostly shoes that have shit on them.
Shitty dog shoes, yeah. And so this package is like in the middle of this. Somehow he's leaned over, put it right there. I'm like, okay, yeah. So I go, so I'm like, hey, your team sucks, cock, and I'm bending over and I'm getting it right. I'm picking up, and it wasn't very heavy.
Trying to figure out this whole mailman relationship that you got going.
It's complicated.
Mr. Miyagi's over there going, oh.
Miyagi's reading his daily Bible verse.
Yeah,
he's like, my ass, you going to hell.
These two cocksuckers are sucking cock next door.
Sodomites.
Okay.
And so I had to get going, because I'm on lunch break, and I, as fast as I could, I leaned over, picked it up. And I don't know how this happened. Yeah. But I rammed my elbow right into this fucking bad knee.
Huh? What were you
like as hard as I could?
This package?
It wasn't very heavy, but I just was gonna, grab it and get the hell out of there.
This is my. I didn't know Adam and Eve sold anvils.
Honey, you might want to knock it down a little.
It's an anvil with attachments.
And I don't know how, but I came with my full force, did some like a kung fu fucking elbow hit to my own self into the knee, the bad knee.
Right. Which one is your bad knee?
Left.
Oh, that's mine as well. Go figure.
Yeah, because I fell out of bed a couple times. I got injured, which is a different story.
Does this have anything to do with your mailman?
Yeah, we were dreaming about each other. Hey, Mr. Rice.
I kept hearing his voice ringing in my head.
Oh my God. I hit that so hard. So hard. I almost thought I broke my leg. I'm like, oh,
terrible.
And the guy's like, hey, Miles, is your team going to win this, week, or are they going to suck cock, I couldn't even talk. I'm like,
He's like, what do you got a cock in your throat? Like Jimmy 2 times your mailman.
So he gets out of there. He takes off. And I'm like, I didn't even want to move. I was in so much fucking pain. I'm like, oh my fucking God. Like, oh my God. I broke my leg.
You hit your patella?
Yeah. Like I must have moved my patella up 3 inches off my leg. Like, bing. I go, how do I call up work and say, hey, I can't come back after lunch because I think I broke my leg.
I somehow broke my leg.
And I somehow it went away.
Like cocksucker of a mailman and hurt myself.
Yeah. We were having an interesting conversation, and
we were discussing the potential of sporting events during.
Yes. And he was sporting something
happenings. Too. I don't know.
Oh my God, that was so painful! Holy Christ, that hurt.
Oh my God! You're like, I can't tell you a restaurant name. I just hurt my patella.
Oh man, I am not even joking. On a scale of 1 to 10, painful. Oh, that was definitely 9.
Really?
Yeah. It was that painful.
You didn't hit yourself in the nads, did you?
No.
Oh, okay.
So the screensaver keeps.
I usually the 9 to 10 range is nadular.
Yeah, this was
nature.
This was bad. This was the worst.
Okay.
The worst. Holy cow. I'm like, I'm never going to razz this guy again. I'm not talking to him again. I'm just like.
Oh, okay.
I could not even answer him at one point. I'm waving like, yeah, you're right. Uh-huh.
He's like, what are you taking on the whole team right now? Oh my God.
It's horrible. I walked it off and I finally made it back to work. But I'm like, man, how do I even explain this?
You walked it off. That's funny.
I don't know how I did it. I still don't know how the fuck I did.
Because that's what I did.
I don't know. I just, like I say, I bent over. I gotta,
Maybe your mailman snuck up on you.
Maybe he was checking me out. I don't know. Next thing I know, man, I full force, like
the Flash. He got in there and got out.
Like I just almost like took myself out. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
where's your belly in all this? Because I don't know how you even got your elbow down there, to be honest with you. I mean,
I like Nancy Kerrigan myself.
This sounds like, the magic bullet theory, the magic elbow. How would it even reach your knee?
I don't know.
Your knee doesn't come out as far as your belly. How would you even get to it?
Because isn't there like some weird positions like women can do that men can't, or something like that, or like
I don't
they
know.
lean against the wall.
You're gonna have to ask your mailman about this.
Hey, Miles, let me tell you something right now.
He probably has a book for you. He's got a little pamphlet.
I stole the Kama Sutra off this old broad.
This is the cocksucking mail manual right here. Here it is, Appendix C. How to respond to a mail customer after he knocks his kneecap off.
Oh my God.
Oh my, yeah.
Horrible.
Oh my God.
Horrible.
So, did your teams play over the weekend? Who sucked whose cock?
Yeah, no, we didn't. No, we did not play each other. No one. We don't bet like that. Thank you. Yeah.
I didn't know. After all this banter, I thought for sure somebody was going to take it on the chin.
No, I haven't bet on a football game since I used to go to church.
Also known as the gambling hub of your area.
My semi-racist friend Dominic. Yeah,
my bookie. I always see my bookie on Sunday morning.
Hey, Miles. Hey, what are you doing here?
What do you want? Yeah, I know you got to put something into the plate, but why don't you keep an extra 20 out for me and bet on the Bears?
You're used to being on your knees anyway, Miles. Come here.
What do you care? Your mailman, he put in twice as much.
He was telling me some stories about you,
Can't take it.
Call you putty lips.
Oh my God, that's horrible. Your poor mailman. I hope he never hears this.
He's crazy.